Welcome back to Access to the Arts, having a chance to speak with John Cook, Civic Hall Performing Arts Center. John, how are you?
Doing great, thanks. How about you?
I'm all right. You are heading into the holiday season where you're going to be able to, box office closes for a little bit of time around the holiday season?
It does. We line up with the school, so we take winter break the same time the school closes down. So I don't know the exact dates on that one.
The end of December
yes.
through Christmas, into the first of the year.
Yeah.
But after the first of the year, you're back at it. You've got a couple of kids shows that kind of break up your series a little bit. Yeah. First one's coming up January 19th. It's a Thursday, The Dinosaur Quest of Dr. T-Rex. That sounds like a kick.
It's awesome.
Talk about that a little bit.
It's really neat because he brings dinosaurs that are giant puppets. He has one, the giant T-Rex, that's I think it's close to 15 feet tall. I mean, it's really, really tall, and it walks and doesn't talk. Obviously, makes dinosaur sounds. Then he has a smaller, oh boy, I should know the dinosaur that he has. It might be a baby T-Rex that he has. It's like on his body that's a puppet, and basically he introduces the students to the historic, nature of dinosaurs, because younger kids like that. And there's a curriculum that goes with it, so we send that out with to the teachers so that they're prepared if they want to do some performance things curriculum-wise, and there's also things they can do afterwards, like they can do some quizzes and ask them questions about what they saw and what type of dinosaur they saw, what did this, what did that, those kinds of things. So it's a good way for kids to learn, because obviously the visualization really helps them out a lot, and he's really good at selling the actual dinosaur thing itself. Is pretty cool to watch.
So when parents hear about it happening, what's the age range for this show?
This is pre-K through third grade for Dr. T-Rex.
Okay.
And then our February show is the fourth through sixth grade.
Okay, and your February show is Professor Wow's Funbelievable Science Show. That sounds like the stage is going to get really messy with stuff. It just does. He has things that make all kinds of foam explode, and he has the smoke making device. I don't know I don't even remember what you call it, but it traps smoke, and then they can poof it out of it and make big smoke rings and things like that. Teaches them. Sounds like the cleaning bill for Civic Hall is going to go up.
That's right. We have a mop ready for clean up afterwards. But yeah, that show's going to be fun. That's on February 8th, Wednesday, February 8th. Both shows, both the Dr. T-Rex and Professor Wow, both have 9:30 a.m. shows and 12:30 in the afternoon shows. It's open to all elementary school age kids. Homeschooled kids are invited to come. If they see any kind of advertisement on our website, or if they see the advertisement on our marquee, they're more than welcome to give us a call, and we also welcome those parents and their students into the shows.
You were saying before we had a chance to go on, you really draw from a pretty wide range. Some people would think maybe, okay, this would just be, Wayne County, Fayette County, but you're kind of out there being able to draw students in for these shows.
We get kids from, like you said, Wayne County, Fayette County, Preble County in Ohio. We get students from Randolph County, Henry County. We're actually touching on Delaware County on some occasions, close to Muncie. So we usually have 26 to 32 elementary schools represented from all around the surrounding Wayne County area. Plus all the Richmond community schools are there. Friends School is there. Seton Catholic kids come and are part of the performances as well.
Okay, parents are going to be hearing about it January 19th, February 8th, a couple of the kids shows at Civic Hall Performing Arts Center. If you want to find out a little bit of information, check them out on the website, civichall.com. John, thanks for the time.
Thanks for having me.
Working with the bank, the hours are amazing. And I get to spend more time with my wife and my son. I get to make plans with my extended family. I can actually take vacations. It doesn't matter if I'm sick or not. They respect the work-life boundaries. Just promote a more healthy environment. It means everything to me. I couldn't be happier. I love this place. We're ready for you.
Welcome back to Access to the Arts. We're having a chance to speak with Jessica Raposo of the music department here at Indiana University East. Associate Professor of Music is the official title. I should use those periodically. Jessica, thanks for talking with us. Always appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
The Lively Art Series has come back. It is actually sponsored by First Bank Richmond and Whitewater Community Television, and it showcases student work. It showcases faculty. You've had a few shows through the first half of the year, and you're looking at the next half, and I think more shows this year than were last year. Is that possible?
It is possible. We have increased the number of concerts this year, and it's just so exciting to see. We're just getting ready to start off the new year with a bang.
All right.
So our vocal instructor, Allison Moore, will be back with her second annual recital.
Okay. This is going to be an annual thing.
I hope so, because she's
like
so
that.
wonderful. It's so any chance people get to hear her sing is great.
Yes.
So Allison is going to be performing on January 30th at 7 p.m. in Vivian Auditorium, and she'll be joined with our new piano instructor, Shiyu Wang, who is essentially going to be making her Lively Arts debut by performing with Allison that night.
Nice.
So,
do you know what the show will be? Has she released any information?
Nope, not yet. She's still planning.
Okay.
So I'm sure we'll find out soon, though. I'll have to know soon. Planning to do. There's work to do.
And then in February, you've got another performance of the Lively Arts Series.
Yeah, February is probably my favorite concert of the year. It's what we call the Faculty and Friends concert.
Yeah.
So on February 13th, we will have members of our faculty and then whoever else we happen to bring in along to perform with us. In past years, sometimes that's been other musicians from Dayton and Cincinnati. Sometimes it's been other musicians from Earlham. That's why we call it Faculty and Friends.
Okay.
And it's a chance to get a sampling of a lot of our faculty and what they're doing without necessarily hearing an entire concert of one instrument or one voice. Okay. And so, it's a little taster of everything going on.
The shows happen in Vivian Auditorium on the IU East campus, normally start around 7 o'clock?
7 p.m. is our general start time. If for some reason we did it differently, it would be on our website, iue.edu/livelyarts. But yes, everything's at 7, currently planned anyway.
Talk a little bit about the musicians that have found their way into the music department here and how you all are continuing to interact with the greater Richmond and arts community. I know you've been with the Symphony Orchestra, involved with them for a long time. I'm sure some of the other faculty members are involved in the community also.
I mean, it's different depending on how long each of them have been at IU East,
Right.
and then also whether or not they are living here in Richmond or coming in. So for example, Charles Ramsey, our guitar instructor, is here in Richmond. Allison Moore is here in Richmond. Shiyu Wang is here in Richmond. And what's lovely about that is that you see them in different places. Charles is also teaching at Earlham and at the Music Pantry, and he's performing everywhere. He's with the Richmond Jazz Orchestra, he's with other groups.
Yeah.
Allison moved here, maybe 5 or 6 years ago now, but she's already been involved with RCT over there. And her kids are involved with things in town as well. So she's just become a complete part of the community. Cool. And she was new, and she's hoping to be. She's already been out meeting people at the symphony and at the other colleges and just getting to know everyone. So we hope she'll be performing more as well.
Talk about the music program a little bit and how you all are attracting students and what type of students you all are attracting.
We're a little bit of a mixed bag, and we have students that are really interested in becoming music teachers, and so they're coming to us to get their music background covered and then plan on doing the School of Education's transition to teaching program when they finish with us. We have others that are interested in popular music. They're already playing in bands, playing in groups that they've had already, and they're just trying to get a little bit more of the technical side of their instruments, of their performance down to really mix it up. And then we always seem to have a good batch of composers going. So there's a lot of creative activity happening with new music being created with our students. So we get a little bit of a mix, but it makes for really interesting recitals at the end of every semester.
One of the ways you can hear them, the Lively Arts Series, happening again this year at the Indiana University East Vivian Auditorium. Check it out when you get a chance. Jessica, always good to talk with you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to Access to the Arts. We're having a chance to spend some time in the Tom Thomas Gallery here at Indiana University East. We're talking with Carrie Longley, Associate Professor of Art and Campus Art Director. And you may not think about art in conjunction with Indiana University East in the way that it has really continued to grow through the years. I know it was a few years ago that sculptures began to be displayed outside around Indiana University East. But talk a little bit about, if you can, how that got started and how often those change, because if you were here 2 years ago and saw the sculptures, they're different now.
Right. We have our third round of our outdoor sculpture exhibition. That's an exhibition that changes every 2 years. The last round of sculptures was on campus for 3 years because of the pandemic.
Okay.
So in August, we had 7 new sculptures installed on concrete pads throughout our campus. And we're lucky to have a very open setting with beautiful landscaping.
Yeah.
So as visitors travel around to all of our academic buildings, they can view a variety of outdoor sculptures.
Talk a little bit about the process for bringing those in. How do you select what gets picked? Talk to me about that.
So the artists submit on an online platform. We view digital images of their work, several views, because these are pieces where the visitors can move around the piece. We want to make sure that we're seeing all sides of the piece before we agree to exhibit it on our campus. Mm-hmm. We're looking at large-scale work. Our setting is so open that if a piece is not large enough, it will be dwarfed incredibly. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure that the pieces are large enough to have a strong physical presence in our outdoor setting. They're also installed in the Midwest during all seasons for 2 years. So we want to make sure that they can withstand all kinds of weather conditions without breaking down. And of course, the artists do have to maintain them after they are returned. So there is definitely a cost in maintenance when you're an artist that makes outdoor sculptural work.
Mm-hmm. They're selected by the faculty of the art school? Or?
Yes, the art faculty, Professor Ann Kim, gallery coordinator Nate Kuznia, and graphic design professor Liz DeVilliers. We all sit on a panel, we select the pieces to exhibit, and we rank them on a score of 0 to 3, so to make sure it's fair.
How far an area out do the artists come from that are able to submit? How do you get them to do that, and how far are they willing to travel to have their art exhibited?
We've had work from artists in Texas, as far as Texas, Michigan, the East Coast.
Nice.
So it is expensive to bring the artwork to campus and take it back. So that's something that artists consider when they're entering competitions.
Okay. It's beautiful. If you have a chance, definitely come out and look. There are how many pieces again?
We have 7 pieces from professional artists, and we have 1 student work from alumni Morgan Amon.
Okay. The Tom Thomas Gallery and the Meyer Artway are 2 areas where you exhibit work. Talk about the next exhibit that will be hung and when people can see it.
Sure. To celebrate Black History Month, we'll have Earlham photography professor Antonio McAfee exhibit his work in Meyer Artway for a solo exhibition. And he was also our first place award winner for the Whitewater Valley Art Competition.
Nice. That will hang when?
January through February. Also in the spring, we'll have a cup invitational. That means that we'll invite 100 ceramic artists to ship their handmade ceramic cups to our campus, and we'll exhibit them in conjunction with a National Ceramics Conference that's being held in Cincinnati, Ohio in March.
Okay. Thank you for the time. Always appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Carrie Longley, Associate Professor of Art and Campus Art Director here at Indiana University East.
Hi, I'm Monica Koschlein, Executive Director of your Richmond Symphony Orchestra. It is an honor for the RSO to be an integral part of the arts makeup of Richmond and enhance the quality of life of the region. The RSO has been fortunate to exist in a community that has been generous in supporting our efforts for 65 consecutive seasons. Through the pandemic, we have continued to expand our programming. The RSO thanks you for your continued patronage and support.
Welcome back to Access to the Arts. I'm Eric, having a chance to speak with Jay Connert from the Richmond Community Orchestra. Well, I say that, but I think you're involved with a number of different things. People see you playing in various places, various configurations with people. How is that going? How are you enjoying getting out and just playing?
It's a lot of fun, and we all know that things were kind of shut down for a few years, and it was nice to get back to doing some stuff. I do some jazz. I play in a community band. I also direct a community choir, and I do the community orchestra. So I'm doing a lot of stuff. It's getting used to being busy every night of the week. I have a rehearsal of some kind every night.
Wow. So
I kind of laid off for 2 years and didn't have anything to do, but now I'm back into it.
All right. We're here actually to talk about the String Initiative, which for those who don't know, talk about how that got started and what it is.
Well, the String Initiative program is something that we've done with the Richmond Community Orchestra. We partner with various programs that are after-school programs. Right now we're partnering with the Townsend Center here in Richmond, and we also are partnering with the Preble Arts in Eaton, Ohio.
Okay.
And what we do is it's a chance for students anywhere from 3rd to 7th grade to get instruction on how to play the violin, and we supply the violin and the instructor for a year-long program, or at least during the school year.
Right.
It's all totally free to the organizations that we partner with. It's totally free to the students. The Richmond Community Orchestra feels it's important to have young people have a chance to do this. We're not necessarily looking to find people who are going to be concert, artists, but we find that an audience that knows how the instrument works and had a chance to try it, they are more appreciative of what's being offered to them. We started this program about 8-9 years ago, and then obviously during the pandemic we weren't able to do in-person instruction. But now we're getting back into it. I say we normally, our goal is just to expose students to the string instruments.
Right.
But we do have occasions when we have someone who has gone through the program or now out of high school and come back and play either for the orchestra or sometimes for the Civic Theater. We have some people that have come back and done that. So
area is always looking for musicians.
Yeah.
Why the violin?
Well, violin would be kind of a good starting point if they want to go to viola, which is a larger instrument, or the cello or other things like that. Okay. We didn't do wind instruments because most schools in the area have band programs and they're going to be able to get that instruction. Okay. The Richmond community is lucky enough that it does have a string program in the public school.
Right.
We're just trying to supplement that and help them get some students started. Those programs used to start in the 5th grade. Now they don't start until the 6th grade. Okay. And that's why we target like 3rd and 4th grade and 5th grade so that they are ready when they get to the high school or to the school.
Talk about who some of your instructors are and where you find the instructors for these after-school programs.
At this point, that was kind of one of the sticking points, was finding instructors. Richmond is a nice community with a lot of string players, but not all of them are willing to, teach young people.
Sure.
So right now we have 2 instructors that are students of Miami University. And in fact, they're students of Harvey Thurmer, who was the former concertmaster with the Richmond Symphony. And so he has helped us find people that are willing to come up a couple of times a week and work with these programs. So it's really worked out nicely.
What do you want the community to know about this program that maybe I haven't asked you about? That I know there are a lot of organizations that are wanting us to, provide this instruction for their groups. Unfortunately, it's a time element with a limited number of instructors. We're doing our best to get around to all these groups. Right now, we have 12 students at 2 locations. We have a waiting list of 20 students at one location. And what people need to know, eventually we're going to need to do some more fundraising to help pay for this, because we do pay the instructors. Right.
They're the only people that get any compensation from this. But that's how we can do it free, is that we do the fundraising so that it can be offered to any student who wants it.
It's going to make you feel good that you've got a waiting list of 20 students who want to learn how to play violin now.
Yeah.
All right. Jay, thank you. Always appreciate the time. Nice work that you all are doing.
All right. Thank you.
I was stuck in doing the same things, feeling like I was overwhelmed, and I feel like here I have more opportunities to move to different departments. I feel more happy. I'm more able to do things I want to do, but before I wasn't able to enjoy my free time after work. At First Bank, they seem to care more about the community. They're more involved in community projects, so that's what I really enjoy about them. We're ready for you.
WCTV supports local entertainment. WCTV supports local information. WCTV supports our local students. WCTV needs your support to continue supporting our community, and it's easy to do. Become a member as an individual or family. Nonprofit and business memberships are also available, with benefits including video production and program sponsorship. Membership donations are critical, and when deciding where your support dollars go, support an organization that serves the community you live in. Visit WCTV.info or call 765-973-8488.
As we wrap up this Access to the Arts, we've had a chance to come to the Richmond Art Museum, into the renovated McGuire Hall, and we're going to get Sean Dingworth to talk to us about that in a future episode of Access to the Arts and everything that's changed here and some of what's going to happen here. But right now, want to wrap up this show with a little information about what people can see when they come to the Richmond Art Museum here in December. You've got a show that's hanging that, as you say, is one of the oldest jewelry shows in Indiana?
Yeah, so our 125th annual exhibition by Indiana, Ohio artists is up. It'll be up through January 7th. It is the oldest juried show in the state of Indiana. We have 139 artists that are represented.
Great.
We were able to have our opening ceremony and awards on November 3rd. We handed out just shy of $30,000 in purchase awards and merit awards.
Nice. Now, you were telling me that this is one of the only shows where you have an amateur competition besides the professionals?
Correct, yeah. So we do have an amateur division. What we love about it is it's an opportunity for students to participate. You must be 18 years of age or older, but in that particular division we have a lot of students, college students from Ball State or College, and then also people who casually do art on the side. So it's a great opportunity really for every level of artists to participate.
When people come in to look at the show, what types of work will they be able to see?
Everything. So that's what I love about our show. It really is a microcosm of what these artists are working on today. So we have everything from photography to ceramics, obviously paintings, sculpture, even jewelry.
We talked about a little bit the economic driver that the arts are in Wayne County. We don't talk about it enough. You were telling me ahead of time that you've gone back and you've done a little research. Talk about the amount of art that you all have sold and what that means not only for you all, but for the artists.
Yeah, it's a great point. So, you know, when I give out the awards, I like to give a little bit of history about the juried show. And one of the things I decided to look at was how much in sales have we done in the last 10 years? And that amount was $525,000, of which 70% go to the artist.
Right.
So we're not only giving artists an opportunity to exhibit their work and for it to be seen, but we're also giving them the opportunity to support their livelihood as an artist.
It's bright in here. I've never been able to walk into McGuire and say, it's bright in here.
Yeah, big changes here. Yeah, it's nice.
We're going to talk about that in an upcoming Access to the Arts. Sean, appreciate it. Hope you have yourself a great holiday season.
Thanks, same to you, Eric.
Thank you for watching this Access to the Arts on Whitewater Community Television's Education Access Channel, WETV. We'll join you again next month. As always, I wish you well.